I'm going to make another topical argument about international cooperation. Reaching outside to our allies. I think it's important for our party to take a position with NATO, the United Nations. Go to the United Nations with human rights abuses and talk to NATO about getting their support against the attack on our people. I don't understand those kind of plays. It's just out of my realm. But what I can say is I believe there's absolutely valid arguments as far as human rights abuses that could be derived just from my set of videos right here alone. That could be taken to the United Nations. See if we can get some peacekeeping efforts up here in the United States. Get some Bloom helmets walking around. I'd say that's not a terrible idea. Higher degree of Red Cross involvement. And these are just things that happen during time of war. UN blue hats. Okay. I mean, if there's going to be an argument about domestic terrorism in this country, that needs to be addressed by the international community as well. It really does. Absolutely. And the international community is going to have a different perspective of what's happening inside of this country. And that's going to be based off of where they live. It's going to be based off of their ideas. It's going to be based off of their own circles. The United Nations is really the proper forum to go with human rights abuses to the United Nations. And what we're facing in this moment should happen fast. All this. That's why I'm creating a record. I'm putting it online right now. If I can think it, I'm saying it. Because who knows what the next moment is going to hold. So I'm doing what I can to actively participate in the way that I know how. There's ways for the United Nations to monitor our elections. This is where international agreements working with NATO, working with the UN, that'll get some traction. It gets us beyond just the idea of what Americans think, or the popular Americans, or the ruling class, or whatever you want to call it. I call it racism. I call it sexism. I call it violence. I call it resentment. I call it hatred. I call it genocide. Yeah, clear human rights abuses. Just clear. Cruel and unusual punishment. Illegal according to the Geneva Convention. That gives us international footing. There's arguments that could be made here that are really strong, powerful arguments. I'm sure you have people on that end who are capable of doing that kind of stuff, that know what's up. I'm just a problem solver working problems, doing my best to catch them as they unfurl. I'm just trying to build more support. I'm trying to find support where we can find support. And finding support There's always self-support we gotta, and you know, it's like I said earlier, man. It's outside of the international efforts, we have to come together as human beings and start working together in a pretty intense way and pretty quickly. We need centralized platforms, centralized support. That Veterans Helpline, don't do it. It's a trap. You know, we got to create our own service. The VA, don't do it. It's a trap. We got our own way of handling that. You know, and start putting some information out there as far as this party guidelines are concerned to help protect the people who are going to be in the field and arm your heroes who are going to be recruited to fight. So we have to think about this on a long-term campaign strategy, because it's going to be a long fight. And right now there's something to say, it seems, every day. So let us see what the new day comes.